Hi, YouTube. Just like in bed and I have to do the dishes and cook, but I just like need a moment to like gather myself and come back to ground myself or whatever dumb excuse I'm using to just lay here and do nothing. But I just want to talk about something. I want to have a conversation. I haven't talked about. I don't think I've talked about abortion in a while. I may have made a video recently, guys. I don't. I make so many of these that I can't even keep track. But I know a couple years ago I had made a video about abortion. Um, and I was gonna do this as like an Insta story on Menino Jake. Go follow me. Link in the description. Just like click right down there. See where it says Instagram. Click on that link, and then when it takes you to Instagram, hit the follow button, and it's gonna be great. I'm always delivering quality content over there. I'm like looking this way. I know, and I should be looking there. Hi. Anyway, I got a mattress topper, y'all, and it's amazing, and it's like Tempur-Pedic, and it was $25, and I found it at Goodwill, and it was never used. Oh, anyway, back to what I was talking about, like abortion. Okay, I want this energy to be like chill, having a conversation, laying in bed energy. Like that's the energy I want this video to have. So that's like the energy that we're gonna have, right? So I saw the news articles about the bill that passed in Alabama, following the bill that passed in Georgia. And I know these are probably reactions to like the bills passed in New York and Virginia, I believe. I could be wrong. Fact check me on that. I don't know. But I just thought we'd have a conversation about this in regards to abortion. And this is going to be titled Dear the Pro-Life Movement, or something like that. And we'll see when this gets uploaded. Because I'm always like 5 months behind on these conversations. Like, come on, like these videos are always like, Jake, we talked about that like a year ago. Like, why are you still? And I'm like, girl, I know, but I'm backlogged all the time. Like, oh. Anyway, abortion, right? Termination of pregnancy. I know, right? Big conversation. I'm gonna put it out here right now. I believe that a woman or non-binary person or a trans man has every right to terminate a pregnancy within reasonable limits, right? Like, obviously not the day before we're due. We're not like going in there and just, you know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know. I'm not an expert on this. I'm not a doctor. I'm not gonna like stop anybody from like living their truth and picking the best decision. Just like, you know what you're doing, or I hope you know what you're doing. Like, I trust that you know what you're doing, right? And like what you know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, like you gotta do what you gotta do. You have a life that you gotta live. And if you need to make the choices you need to make, then you make those choices, right? And I understand that some of you are, pro-life, or, maybe some other people call you anti-choice. Whatever label is your vibe is your vibe. I honestly don't care. I'm going to call them pro-life because that's the label that's more popular. Sorry if this is shaky, y'all. But if you're like a pro-life, hi, Luna. Hi, Bine. What are you doing? Again, trying to get attention. No, Bine. If you're a pro-life person and you're like a person of faith, I understand that you see that as like potential life being terminated, and I understand. I really do understand how that can be very hard for you to understand, like for you to like accept, right? Like I get it, because you believe that the soul of a human being enters at conception, right? So I get it. You know, you think life starts then, so an abortion on any time period is a big no. I get that, and I understand that's probably why, maybe that's why it makes you pro-life. Even if you're non-religious, you still believe that life begins at inception, or like you don't have the right to like terminate. Like I trust me, I've heard these arguments like over and over again, and I get that. Okay, like I totally get that, right? And I understand that like pro-choice, pro-life people will never agree, because the main disagreement is when life starts, right? Like for me, I don't really like have an opinion necessarily when life starts, because like I don't know exactly, right? I mean, I do believe in souls and energy and God and stuff, but I couldn't tell you when like life start. Like, I feel like it's a very blurry thing. Like, does it start at inception? Does it start at birth? Is it somewhere in between? Like, I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but I know that when like a baby, a mini human is inside of a woman's womb, or like a person's womb, that is like they are part of the other person's body, right? And so like maybe that person has the right to make choices about their body, right? That's how I look at it. But I get how you feel. Like I trust me. I see your energy. Okay, I feel your energy, right? I saw what you guys did in Alabama, and for y'all that might be like it's massive victory and blah 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 blah. I get that, right? But I want to say something to you if you're pro-life. Stop. I know, right? Like, you're like, oh my God, not another communist coming on the internet telling me to stop. And I don't mean that in like a hateful, spiteful way, y'all. Like, I mean that in like a stop and pause and wait for a second. Because I feel like y'all don't realize the unintended consequences of the legislation you support and the ideas that y'all have. Okay, for example, going after sexual health clinics, whether Planned Parenthood or not Planned Parenthood, it doesn't matter which one, but going after sexual health clinics that offer abortion services or do terminate pregnancies, and obviously that's never with federal money, may I add. Federal money cannot be used towards any services related to abortion. Do you understand that? So our federal tax dollars are not going towards abortions. Do we understand that? That is a fact. That is a factoid. That is factual information. Do not fucking fight me. Okay, source me if you want, but do not fight me. That is a factual fact. Do you understand me? Second fact, 97% of the services that Planned Parenthood offers, and possibly higher or lower or around that market, other sexual health services clinics, do not involve abortion. Do we understand that? Right? Because there's so much more to sexual health than the termination of a pregnancy, right? Like STI prevention, mental illness, sexual violence, domestic abuse, like all of these things are related to like sexual health, right? Do we understand that? That's so fucking important that we get that. I know I'm coming off as like kind of rude, but you cannot fucking fight me on this factual information. This is our fucking foundation, okay? This is where we agree. No one gets to disagree with factual information, okay? This is factual information. Do not fucking fight me. Do not come after me. Do not start in the comments. Do not even, okay? Do you understand me? All right, so let's go back to being compassionate since I just had to establish that sturdy foundation. Sorry to like pump up the energy a little bit on that one, but I do not tolerate people coming in with alternative facts. Nope, that's not a thing, okay? There are things that are 100% true and factual and sturdy and things that we know, and we do not fight on them, okay? Do you understand me? We do not fight on those things, right? So I'm going to put that out there. Anyway, it's like the sky is blue because of the light reflecting off of water vapor, okay? We don't fucking fight me because that's fucking factual information, okay? Because it's not worth any of our time, okay? Let's establish the fact. Let's agree that it's fact. Let's build off of that, okay? Great, cute. It's a great look. We love it. Anyway. Okay, so I understand your energy, right? And again, like, I'm not mad at you. I'm just mad at people who want to fuck over the conversation by bringing up alternative facts. Because they're not alternative facts. They're just lies and misinformation. So I'm just angry at that thing that some people do. I'm not saying you do that, because you probably don't. Because you're probably a nice person. But back to the conversation. So we see the energy, we feel it, right? But there's unintended consequences when you pass bills like this and when you shut down sexual health clinics, right? Because those 97% of non-abortion services that these sexual health clinics offer save people's lives. Especially the poor, especially people of color, especially poor women of color, trans people, gay people, like, they offer vital, life-saving services that could potentially save the lives of people around you, your friends and your family, and you want to go in and shut it down just because they offer abortions. That's fucked up. Okay, like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not doing it out of hatred, but guys, that's fucked up. Pro-life people, like, that's fucked. That's fucked up. We cannot shut down sexual health clinics. Oh, I'm gonna get up because I just got a moment to not be lazy. We cannot shut down sexual health service clinics just because we disagree with one of the services that they offer, right? That's like shutting down a hospital because you don't believe in cancer treatment, right? Which, if you don't believe in cancer treatment, okay, fine, don't get treated for cancer, right? If you don't believe in abortion, don't get an abortion, right? If you don't agree with abortion, don't get an abortion, right? You know what I'm saying? 97%. That means that if you had a clinic that offered 100 different types of services, 97 of those services would be non-abortion related. Do you understand me? And you want to shut that shit down. Okay? That's not the solution. You cannot solve complex, multi-layered issues through banning things or restricting things. Did banning all of these drugs work? By banning, I mean criminalizing all of these. No, they didn't. Why? Because now we have a disproportionate amount of, you know, men of color in prison. That's fucked, right? Like they use that legislation to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it didn't work, right? Like it doesn't work, right? It literally, sometimes it does. Like banning single-use plastics, like that's a great idea. But banning or criminalizing something that people will fucking do anyway, right? Does not work, right? Right? Do we understand that? Like banning abortion will only force people to go find abortion services otherwhere, which is going to be illegal or expensive, right? So the rich are going to jet off to Canada or Mexico or wherever the fuck abortion is legal, and they're just going to do it. And then everyone else that can't afford that is either going to be forced into raising a child that they don't want, that they might abandon, that could fuck up the child's entire life, psychologically, trauma, or they're going to go and get an unsafe abortion and die. And that's like the opposite. Do you understand your like logic here? Like I'm just trying to like make you guys self-aware. Like, do you understand the logic here? Being pro-life and then creating a system where not only the potential child dies, but also the mother dies is like a double death, right? Like it doesn't make any sense, right? Like you're killing off two people. It's like a double whammy. It's a literal double. There's no logic. The Alabama bill, the Georgia bill, other similar bills that have been being passed since the ruling in 1993 that like partially fucked over Roe versus Wade, like they don't make sense. There is no logic in the thinking behind these pieces of legislation. Do you understand me, right? And I'm not sitting here like being like, kill all unborn children. That's not my vibe. My vibe is there's no logic behind your legislation. Like there's no logic. And I just want you guys to like notice, like, hey, because I feel like no one, or maybe a few people, but like the loudest people in the pro-life movement have not like look at their legislation that they're passing and been like, oh wait, maybe this is going to do the opposite, right? Because that's what you guys are doing. And Alabama, 2 times the amount of lives are going to die because of what you're doing. So you're literally making the situation worse, right? Like I'm literally sitting here telling you that your idea is a stupid idea. Your legislation will backfire. Okay? You are going to end up killing more people because of your legislation. More women plus are going to die. All right? More people are going to die. And what is the point in being pro-life if the legislation you support and vote in and pass kills more people? Really? Like it doesn't make any sense. You are going to kill more people. Like how many times do I have to say it? Like I literally like, and guys, I'm being like honest with y'all. Like I'm like, imagine if you're like sitting here like, you know, I'm not like triggered or like angry about it. I'm just letting you guys know like, bro, like, you know, this like shit that you're doing is going to backfire and it's going to kill more people. Right. You know, and like I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt, right? I'm not looking at, oh, you want to control women's bodies. I'm looking at it as, oh my God, you guys have a good intention and it's backfiring, right? Like people are going to document the amount or try to document the amount of unsafe, illegal abortions that are going to happen because of this. And then when that data comes out, you're going to be like, fuck. And you know why I'm telling this to you guys? Because like if you look at some countries in Central America and South America, if you look at the data, the amount of people like going through, and the Philippines going through with illegal abortions, a lot of women die. And they don't die quick deaths. These are slow, painful deaths, usually from bacterial infections. Like they're not, this is the data, guy. Like I'm, you know, this is the factual information. Like I said earlier, like there's no sense in arguing with me. I'm not saying I'm the authority. I'm just like the messenger, right? Like I'm just telling you what I know, right? Like it's gonna backfire. So why don't we, and this is where we're moving on, right? My next point is, why don't we take your energy, you're pro-life, you're a Christian pro-life, Muslim pro-life, non-religious pro-life, liberal pro-life, whatever type of pro-life you are, as long as you're not harassing people outside of clinics, and let's like not pass restrictive and banning abortion laws, and let's maybe, we might have different goals, but we want to do the same thing, right? Like I want to see comprehensive sex ed. I want to see sexual health clinics on every fucking street corner, right? So that people have access to affordable sexual health care, right? And if that means abortion services, so be it. You know what I'm saying? You win some, you lose some, right? For y'all, you win some, you lose some, right? But if we create a health culture, a sexual health culture, and a sexual health infrastructure where we are informed on the decisions we make in regards to our sexuality and our sex lives, that our kids know what the fuck they're doing, right? That people, regardless if they're rich or poor, have access to the health care that they need for their health, for their health decisions, abortion rates will drop. It has been shown in countries, mostly in like Europe, where having robust sexual ed in class, in schools, and having robust sexual health services that are affordable, free even, in a lot of cases, yeah, paid for tax dollars. I am willing to like take a part of my tax dollar and put that towards the sexual health of all of us, because guess what? I have sexual health. We all have sexual health. So we all deserve access to services that are affordable, right? And if we do that, if you pro-life people take your energy away from bills that are going to backfire and kill more people and do the opposite of what you want, if you take that energy and you stand wall to wall with people like me who want to advocate for sexual health, like comprehensive sex ed and access to sexual health services, instead of shutting down vital sexual health clinics that provide vital care to people, especially in low-income communities of color, and also pass bills that backfire and kill more people, like, that doesn't do anything. That makes it worse, y'all. What you're doing is not working. Do you understand me? Do you speak English? Do you understand the words coming out of my mouth? You are pro-life, and your support of this legislation and the support of shutting down sexual health clinics is not working. It does not work in other countries. The data shows that. There is no arguing with me. It is factually not working, okay? So you have two decisions. You have a decision here. You have two choices. Keep doing what you're doing and fucking over all of us, including yourself, because you have sexual health, honey. And most of y'all are probably not rich, okay? Most of y'all are probably middle class or low income, right? So either be a hypocrite and pass shit that backfires and kills more people and shut down sexual health clinics and fuck you, your friends, your families, and your country over, right? Or stand shoulder to shoulder with people like me who are out here and letting our representatives know that we support comprehensive sex ed, that we support a robust sexual health infrastructure in this country, okay? And the side effect of that, well, it will lower abortion rates. Less people will be getting abortions because they will not be getting pregnant in the first place, because they will have the information and the resources around them to help prevent that from happening. And that's a win-win for me. That's a win for you. That's a win for everybody, because that means everyone's sexual health is taken care of. Everyone knows what the fuck they're getting themselves into when they have sex, regardless of when it's after marriage, before marriage, with the same gender or without same gender, like whatever the fuck, as long as it's not abusive and as long as it's consensual and not rape and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like, it's a win-win. Comprehensive sex ed and a robust sexual health care system is a win-win for everybody. Conservative, liberal, Christian, non-religious, like everybody wins from comprehensive sex ed and also a robust sexual health system, right? As long as you stop forcing your narrative on other people and you also realize the hypocrisy within your own movement, okay? So much could be done if we had y'all's energy. I see the March for Life, y'all. I see you out there. I see the compassion and the energy that you have, and I'm telling you that we could use it, we could thrive in it, and it could be a tool for the kind of change this nation needs. Do you understand me? And again, I'm saying this from like, join this movement and be a part of something that actually makes a difference, instead of sitting here and passing legislation that's going to kill more people and restricting access to sexual health services that are so fucking needed in this country, okay? That's my take on this whole thing. If you're pro-life, I really fucking hope that I said something that resonated with you. I hope my, like, honest, cutthroat, but also compassionate and understanding way of communication with you in this video helped you understand what I'm saying. And I hope to see you out there, okay? I really hope to see pro-life people out there, because I'm going to tell you, there is a space for you if you want sexual health ed, if you want a robust sexual health care system in this country, okay? These are like so important and so amazing. And to you pro-life people who are with me on board with this shit, like fuck yes. I love it. I love it. I stand it. We're at 20 minutes. I'm gonna go. You like you do you. You live your best life. I hope this resonated with you. Go check out my new video on my channel where I talk about being back on YouTube. And we'll see you guys next time. Ciao. Oh, yeah, didn't end. Yeah.